أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum 10th class students, I am talking to you and we have discussed in the 3 lectures about respiratory system of the human body, and today integral informations, substantial information, precious information. Whenever you are studying about any system in the human body, you are interested in the abnormalities, because after all, whatever medical science want to know about the systems, the just objectives are only to correct their abnormalities. So therefore diseases are key concepts in all systems, and that if you are going to become doctor, you will study a lot, but after that your objective will be to correct the system, to cure the system. So abnormalities are the integral part of each system of the human body. So today I will discuss some abnormalities, not all, because that is a huge discussion. We can't finish even in 10 lectures. I will speak in reference to 10th class only, because a lot of other abnormalities you will study in higher classes. So I will follow your textbook. So in reference to your textbook, I will discuss some diseases which are present in the respiratory system. That is not the method of cure, but still some symptoms I will tell you. I will going to 3-4 A concepts. Just you will remember mathematically. Then I will explain also. Look here, I wrote large alveoli cells, less surface area. Large alveoli cells, less surface area. You will not believe. Straightforward. I will tell you how you will not believe. Sir, alveoli cell is large. This is small. One is a small alveoli cell. One is a large alveoli cell. Sir, large alveoli cell will have more surface area. You are right in one sense. Football has more surface area. Cricket ball has small surface area. But read my words again. Large alveoli cells, plural. Mean if there are 100 small cells and they become 50 because their walls broken down and they become little large cells, their surface area will be less. Collectively, not one cell, collectively. I give you example. I think I gave example in previous lecture. If I did not give, I will give you once again. If you are living in one room, just calculate the surface area of that room. Now you divide the room into small compartments, small area, one part, second part, third part, fourth part, and then sum up the surface area of each compartment which you have made in one room. In second case, surface area will be more. Reason? Because you made small areas, you divided the room into small areas, you divided one room into small compartments, and due to which what happens, when you noted the surface area of each compartment and then you summed up the surface area of each compartment, that were more than surface area of that room in which you was making compartment. You saw biological lab. If biological lab, I will calculate the surface area by using the walls, and then I will calculate, say that is the 300 square feet, and then I divide the lab into small cabins, like internet cabins or small cabins. Okay, one cabin, second cabin, just like computer room, small cabins we make, and then I calculate the surface area of each cabin and then sum up. That also belong to biolab surface area, but this surface area will be more. Reason? Because there were small compartments. It means small cells are present, surface area will be more. Small cells will be more in numbers. Now one correction, because you are thinking, sir, small alveoli cell has small surface area, large alveoli cell has a large surface area. You are right. But I am not talking about one cell. I am talking about the cells, many cells. If in one surface area small cells are present, they will have more surface area. If in one area large cells are present, the surface area will be more. This thing truly happen in a disease, and that disease is emphysema. I will speak two name of diseases. One is emphysema, EMPHYSEMA. One is histoplasmosis, not written here, because their symptoms are same, and their alveoli cell damage is same, and almost surface area is matter in both diseases. Histoplasmosis you will also study in the coming sessions in this year or in the next year, in first year, second year. But emphysema, I am going to tell you what happens. Is a destruction of walls of alveoli. Small cells are present, their walls broken down. If 10 alveoli cells, 10 small balls are there, when their walls will be broken down, they will become football. So when football has a large cells, so they will cover. If the football are present, if football is present in the lung, if the cells football, I am just giving you example because you play football, you play cricket match on and football. So when I will talk about the games, you will be more interested. That's why never mean that your lungs consist of footballs. Those cells are very smaller in size, just in micrometer. You can't even see. So don't say that you have football in your lungs and you want to play with them. And cricket balls. I am just giving examples that small cells are present in the normal lungs. It means that surface area is normal. That lungs is going to respire by normal way. But when due to smoking, due to some abnormality and coronavirus effect, yes, in the current crisis, what is happening? Why the patients are unable to breathe? Their alveoli cell damage. This virus damage alveoli cell. Look at the damage of alveoli cell here in this diagram, and you will just see that this alveoli cells walls are broken down. Now surface area decrease in the lung. Reason, cells are large, cells are small in lungs, and sum of surface area of all small cells in the lung, they have more surface area, and sum of surface area of large cells in the lung will be less. This thing is true that some large cell has large surface area, small cell has a small surface area, but I am talking sum of all small cells at specific area mean lungs, and sum of surface area of large cell at the lung. In case of large cell, surface area will be less. Reason, because cells are large. I gave you example in large room. You are calculating large compartments will have less surface area, small compartment, because you have to calculate. This is quite technical. I give you one example. If I can show here, yes, I can show here. You will be able to understand now. Look here. Surface area of this one, I am calculating. These cells, I am going, black lines I am following. The black lines are more. Are you watching black lines? I am doing red also. Black lines are more, black lines are surface area. Reason, the cells are small. Now go back to a diagram in which error is there, in which disease is there, and the surface area is broken down, and due to which what happened, if you see the large area, this area, because due to abnormality, due to smoking, due to external factors, due to infection also I will explain today, what will happen, the surface area has been decreased, and black lines are less. Black lines are less mean the cell is broken down and it changed into large cells, and surface area is less. Yani mean black lines are less. Black lines are less means surface area is less. Now this is clear now. Now we go back to the next topic, next point which I want to share with you. My next point today is that more mucus in the tube, difficult to breathe. What is the mucus? I told you the mucus is the gland. Mucus is the liquid secreted by mucus gland in trachea, in bronchus, in bronchioles. You studied in the last chapters. I gave you diagrams. I indicated in the diagrams the bronchus. I once again tell you the large air tube, trachea, open into bronchus. The second last, it open into bronchioles, the last one. And bronchioles are very important because infection of the bronchus is called bronchitis. Infection, normally last word itis is added, bronchitis, and by bacteria disease is called infection. So if you are going to treat coronavirus, so please don't purchase antibiotic from the medical store. Antibiotic mean anti against biotic, bacteria, living thing, only bacteria. Virus is non-living outside. So don't use antibiotic, because I was listening to the media that people are purchasing lot of antibiotics from the medical store. Antibiotics are not used against the coronavirus. Only the infection is caused by bacteria, not by the virus. So bronchitis is infection of the bacteria, not the virus. So what will happen? This is bronchitis. When infection take place, what happen? Abnormality take place in the bronchitis, bronchus tube, which is a bronchitis or bronchus or bronchioles, especially in the bronchus. In the bronchus, more mucus will be secreted. You know that is mucus gland, ciliated mucus epithelial layer, I told you. The ciliated mucus epithelial layer. That will happen, the ciliated mucus epithelial layer, the more mucus will be secreted. The more mucus will be secreted, that mucus will block the air passage. When it will block the air passage, the air will not flow into your lungs. Air will not flow into your lungs, the respiratory system will be in a disorder, and you are difficult in breathing, difficult to breathe. It's unable to breathe, but due to infection. Unable to breathe due to several reasons, but here in this case due to bronchitis, infection by bacteria. Go back to another, I told you, infection in the bronchus is called bronchitis. So that was the point I shared. Now another point I want to share. Infection in the lungs. So it means there are many infections. Now I am going to tell you infection in the lungs. Infection in the lungs is called pneumonia, P-N-E-U, pneumonia. Infection clear, that is caused by bacteria, and bacteria name is Streptococcus pneumonia. Streptococcus pneumonia, you will remember this bacteria is very important. In second year I remember that class was understanding, and 3 years back, in all years, Streptococcus pneumonia research in which how the transformation of the DNA takes place. That experiment was being conducted in this bacteria, and when you will become elder, and I will discuss with you these things. Streptococcus pneumonia bacteria is very important because a lot of important experiments are being performed, that how the DNA is transported from one dead bacteria to the living bacteria. Amazing, a dead body to living thing. That is unbelievable. That is transformation. The nature has created this thing only for bacteria. So don't go to dead bodies, don't go to any grave, and don't expect that you will get the DNA of Qaid-e-Azam into your body and DNA of everything, because it never happens in human body. It happens only in bacteria, and the terminology is transformation. I am not teaching transformation, just interesting information I told you. Go back to when one lung is infected, that is the single pneumonia. Single pneumonia. When both lungs are infected, that is a double pneumonia. That is a double pneumonia. And also, yes, sometime viral and the fungus can also cause the pneumonia, but mostly the Streptococcus pneumonia. And in symptoms, you know, fever will occur, the weight will reduce, and the patient will feel difficult to breathing, because that is just a respiratory disease. The top symptom in respiratory disorder is that air passage will block. When air passage will block, the sputum production will take place, the extra mucus will come out, coughing will take place, sneezing will take place. So these all are the symptoms of the pneumonia. Vaccine is available. Vaccine means you have to treat the patient before disease, and you have to enter vaccine information in the last chapter, how the vaccines are formed, how the vaccines work. Very interesting, and currently also being discussed in the media. And students, that will be, some topics are currently related. Whatever the media is telling, that vaccine, we want to form the vaccine against the coronavirus. So that is the chapter, are the information which you will study in this book. Earlier students were studying, but you people will be more interested, because currently vaccination, a normal person who is not studying biology and who is not concerned with the biology, he just wanted to know what is the vaccine. Vaccine is not the treatment, it is just the prevention before disease. How it works, that is interested. I was telling the students, but now people will be more interested, because you want to form vaccine for coronavirus, and currently we are unable until now, until today. Of course they are working. True vaccine we are unable to form. That is so much hard work to form the vaccine of any disease. So students, come back to my last point today. Asthma. Doctors say asthma. You can say by heart asthma, so that you may not write the spelling in the paper, because in the spelling will matter in your paper. So if you will pronounce asthma, so you will write ASHMA. You will remain silent T, and your spelling will matter in the paper. So asthma for you in by heart, but normally you will say asthma. Allergy. This is not infection. So you are understanding the disease, the infection, difference of the diseases caused by bacteria infection and caused due to any other reason. Asthma is not the infection. So don't use antibiotic in case of asthma if you are doctor. Reason? Because that is not infection. That is an allergy. Allergy means any pollen grain, any chemical, pollution is there, many chemicals are there. I can't mention all. Your petrol is being consumption, the sulfur is being consumed in the petrol. So these all industries are producing effluents, many chemicals are being produced. These all chemicals which are present in the atmosphere, they will go into your bronchioles. Now I am talking about bronchioles. I am not talking about the bronchus. These bronchioles will constrict, mean that their surface area will decrease. When their surface area will decrease, bronchiole surface area will decrease. Bronchiole surface area will decrease. What will happen? They will be unable to give proper oxygen to the tissues, mean to the alveoli cell, due to smoke, due to perfume, due to pollen, due to chemicals. This sensitive airways will block bronchioles. And I think students, bronchioles are more important. Bronchioles are more important than trachea and bronchus, because I was mentioning trachea, bronchus lot of time in the lecture. These are more important. Why important? You just think, because this is the end point of tube system. After that, alveolar duct will start and alveoli cell will come, because after all you are reaching oxygen to bronchioles, and bronchioles is unable to get oxygen. They will not be able to supply. So what is the treatment? Bronchiole constrict, mean the size was this one, for example, size was reduced. This is normal size, the size was reduced. Now you need to open this. The tube is closed almost, so it is not allowing to air to pass into the lungs. You have to open the tubes. How you will open the tube? You have to use bronchodilator in the form of pumps. You know, many pumps are present in the medical store. Doctors will prescribe a pumps. That is a inhaler. Normally you used inhaler, name inhaler used, mean that will open the bronchiole for some time. So therefore, due to this disease, what the symptom you will feel? Very simple. The person is difficult to breathe. You know, normally the asthma patient is unable to go upstairs, and they will be tired so very, because oxygen is not being supplied properly to the lungs, because bronchioles are in a constriction status, and when they will dilate for some time, they will be okay. So that is a permanent disease sometime, and sometimes seasonal disease due to some pollen grains of the flower in some season occurs, and therefore we have to take care of all this. But mostly the smoking, because smoking I am not teaching today. Students, smoking I am not. You will be interested to note, sir, why you are not discussing smoking, because you are already telling the disease of smoking, because you told emphysema is caused by smoking, asthma. There is a one risk factor of emphysema is a smoking, one risk factor of asthma is also smoking, because asthma may also be caused by due to the smoking, because smoking is injurious so much, just you are doing suicide. I think suicide you are doing, that is easier one, because you are just killing yourself. By smoking you are killing yourself day by day. You are killing yourself day by day, and that is a silent killing of yourself. Silent killing of yourself, because you are getting lot of pain in the life, the lungs cancer, because if you will note those chemicals which are present in the smoke, believe me, you will not recommend your enemy. You have lot of enemies. You should not have enemies. But if there is any enemy, you will go to me, Mr. Enemy, you are my enemy. I want that you should be in last, but please don't drink cigarettes. Reason, don't do smoking. Reason, many chemicals, almost more than 300 chemicals. But I'm not naming all. 2, 3, 4 I will name in the next lecture, hopefully. Thank you very much. 10th class. This was my lecture number 4.